Hello and welcome. Today or tonight on my end is Friday, the 27th of October, 2017. But as I'm doing it, many parts of the world, the majority in fact, is October the 28th. Normally, I'll be talking a lot about the crypto charts, and I will within this. But let's start off within Amazon, AMZN. Within the NASDAQ, everything you do is within your own risk and own reward. And after a sideways range throughout the summer into the northern hemisphere autumn, we seen a big move today after this range. And it attempted a break into July, and then what happened after July 26th, it gapped higher and then closed back down, and then it gapped lower. And these moves within the overnight sessions, and I think there must have been earnings or something for this to be inspired to such a degree. Maybe they got news that they're going to accept Bitcoin, and I think I've heard something that they're very close to it. This could be way off. It could be fake news. I don't know. I myself will be purchasing this weekend on eBay from Bitcoin, although using another party to buy the Amazon gift cards with, of course, Bitcoin. But wow, up to 1100. It has been like the big market force, I think, within the stock market. We look at this on a weekly chart. My goodness, this keeps going up and up. Had a little bit of a fall within the 18-week average at the start of 2016, and later on in the year, it had a little bit of a down sideways correction, but it has been going strong, and it's just left this one now, which begun on July the 31st and has been going on ever since, and it's looking good. Monthly chart on Amazon, you gotta say, how tremendous is it to go from 35 to 1100? If we take a look at how much of a gain something like that would be, 1100 divided by 35, I think it was. Yeah, 35 will be the answer or the number. A gain of 31 times its value. Now, if we take the current Bitcoin price of around 5,800 and divide that by 31, that would take us to 187. And this is a Bitcoin chart, and 187 would basically be the lows from 2015. So the gain in which Amazon has endured from the 2009 lows has been pretty much the exact same gain Bitcoin has had from its 2015 lows. So Bitcoin continues to outperform that of Amazon. Now just think of how the stock market would look if you priced every stock against Amazon. You want to talk about a major bear market. And quite frankly, that would be a lot worse than what the alternates are looking like, which I find relatively interesting. I think it'd really be cool just to see a price of all the stocks against Amazon over the last year, 10 years, and so on and so forth. Bitcoin, of course, at 57.52. And it really hasn't been doing too much. So I thought this is why I need to... Someone mentioned about me doing a live stream, and this would be a perfect time for me to do a situation like this. I got to figure out how to set it up. It looks like might be able to do it now. Basically I'm just going to show the screen. I think it's easy from what I've seen on a tutorial, but where I could just look at random codes, because I've already talked a lot about this chart. There's really not much more to go over. As far as the 2-hour chart is concerned, we can see just a sideways action within a couple level floor basis, and it's at a key point right now. When you look at it where the floor level would be, because we can see, as the line would state, the resistance from the dates of the 13th all the way to the 18th and 19th, the support that happened after leaving this floor, and then it resisted this area around the 24th of the month. So it's at an interesting key level at this point. You're like, oh my goodness, it's not looking good within the 2 hour time frame on the 18 average. And yet, if you were to change the time frames over, now it's a 4 hour. It's on it's the same market, Bitcoin. 2 hour time frame is resisting the declining, and this is supporting the rising. So it's really showing the indecision at this time for this point of view. But the break is to where? Well, if it's going down, 54 looks to low 54 seem to be pretty good, and going deeper than that could be talking in the 51s. But for now, 54, if it's not going to hold this area, and if it breaks higher, we got the band between 6,000 and 62. And then breaking that, well, I calculated earlier 8,000 could be in play. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll just type in a random letter, let's say like M, and just take a look at something that I know I haven't seen, like Monaco. This is what I'll do at random at times. And I'll see something like this. I see a mark on the 4 hour time frame that doesn't look too impressive. It's in the stage of breaking down. So all I can really look for here is a spot to potentially place a buy order, which we'll try to calculate. So let me bring up my Fibonacci calculator. We got a high in at about 614. And really, it doesn't matter about exact numbers as long as they're in the same area. After all, you're doing about in an area of. This low, we got in about 298 with how many zeros? 1, 2, 3. And here we have 2 zeros. So that's 304. So key numbers are basically 1950 and 950. Did 1950 play well? Pretty much, yeah. Okay, so that means if I'm going to put a buy order anywhere, it's about the 10,000 number. All right, now the one reason I don't want to do a live stream is because I just paused the tape and I put my buy order in. And I kind of don't want to do that live. And I guess I could put a second computer up, but I'm in the process of buying another good one. I don't want to do that anytime in the near term, as I'd rather wait for $10,000 Bitcoin prices for such. But anyway, let's take a look at something else. Let's go with the letter random. Okay, I just tried to push a random button on my keyboard. I guess I pushed a comma. But do I see anything here? Lumen? I think it's the dollar, though. I don't want to see anything that's the dollar. Let's try letter L. That's going to get me Litecoin and Lisk. Coin, I've been familiar with that. Legends Ethereum. Let's take a look at it. I got an Ether on Bittrex, so I could buy it. On the daily chart, this interests me when I see these moves like this. Now, I don't want to buy at this stage for sure. Maybe, though. Oh, my goodness. I mean, that's early day trading, but that's just beautiful to see these types of tails. But I'm going to pass on it, though. But I do have some Ether. In fact, I bought some the JSNP for one he talked about all the time. Don't know anything more about it. Pillar, that's it. I bought some of that against the Ether exchange earlier today. Amise Go, I know I got that. Okay, Cash, I got some of that. Omni, I haven't seen since pre-fork. Okay, within this chart in here, nice little choppy up and down movements. But it's hasn't had any type of movement yet to the 18 average of highs. I do like how it's holding a little bit of lows, so it might make it up there. But at this stage, if I'm playing bear market rules, I see resistance where support was. So therefore, I don't even want to buy at this previous low. I'd want to buy I mean, you don't need any calculators here. You have a log chart on. Look at the difference from low to low. We see low to low, so low to new low, but somewhere around here at previous low. 0024. And right now on the Bittrex screen, it's just not loading this code anyway. I put an order in from the previous one, and as this has been loading, I loaded up another exchange that has this. Logged in and put my buy order in, and this one is not loading. Haven't seen this on Bittrex before. Is it only this code? LITECOIN loaded its chart up pretty fast, and its order book, it loaded fine. Interestingly enough, Omni did not load up on that site. But, you know, this is also a message to me that I really should be using other exchanges over Bittrex when you consider fees. It's 0.25 on Bittrex, and if the competition has lower, and they're a very much good trading site as far as getting, and that doesn't mean much as far as long as you get okay volume on the site, because you're you get your sell orders in. If for example, if I put a sell order for a code up here at say 77, no matter what exchange this could be on, if this thing is going to break that level, you're going to sell it no matter what. And in fact, if you have sell orders usually on smaller exchanges, you can get a little bit of a difference. Now this is the Poloniex version. If we go to the Bittrex version, we can see these little bits are a little bit different here. So you can get a little bit of differences amongst multiple exchanges. It also will cause arbitrage situations where if you can be alert where one exchange has a much different price than the other, you can get guaranteed profits if you're in position to do so. But let's continue on, try to get another one. How about the letter W? LITECOIN is what I'm thinking of, but that's XWC. Okay, I've looked at, I have waves. Wings. No, wings I think I have, and I don't have waves. I don't think. Now in the situation here, this is where it broke this support. It's at an area where it could this could be the bottom area, but where would I expect a move of this nature to go? Pretty much the area where it's at now, but I realize I don't want to be a buyer too badly coming down here unless I want microscopic gains, and I don't even think that's really worth too much on the risk versus reward. It did come back to where it came from. So there's still a little bit of optimism that maybe something like this could be a bottom near here, knowing that it's had what eyeball test of where it should go. But if markets don't stop where they're supposed to, if there's no support here or lack thereof of support, then you might be talking about coming back to where you came from down here at about 40% of a lower price. So that's, I'm not going to do anything with this one. Let's do, I don't think I've seen GNT in a while. But what other ones? Like Guppy, is it even worth, oh, yikes. I don't think I've really hardly played this one at all. Do I think it's got a chance to get over the 18? It's definitely not worth it. I've already done L. B is the Bitcoin one. BCC, I've already... Bit crystals, I remember playing that way back in the day. What do we got with... I don't even see it on here anymore. Bitcoin, don't want that. Where's BitBay? I haven't played that in a while. Situation here, you're resisting this level of previous support. I wouldn't see the problem about buying here is it's definitely not low as far as where it's been. There isn't really anything on a bullish strength for me to want to justify betting anything long at the top end of the most recent range. So I'd want to see some sort of bullish pattern. Even when you get it, how well is it going to work? Last time, for example, if you're waiting for a bullish pattern, well, there's the established resistance break in here. So you have a buy opportunity here around 709. It makes it up to 830 with limited time to sell. And even if you buy here, maybe your sell orders right below this low at about 890, 889 or 890. Or maybe you're planning to try to get a new high at 1,000, which is a little careless there. But you could easily miss a sell target in this spot because you can't tell when this thing is up. Oh, it's got a top now because it's at 869. No, you can't tell there. And then you come back down to support, little weak. But see, for me, if it's in a bear market and I gotta wait for it to have a decent decline from a key level. We can see back in the summer, key level was 695. When it broke it, you figure, even if you were buying in here, say at 553, and you didn't stop yourself out, maybe even bought more, it went up for several opportunities to profit take. Just, it's like fishing. You throw the line out, you hope to catch something, and that's what I try to do. But what I need, the best time for me to fish is after it breaks a key level of support. Key level nowadays is in here. So that would leave me to about around 200 or so would be a good level. Now, hopefully this will work on Bittrex because I don't even know where else this would be traded. Okay, Omni just loaded now though. So maybe I tried it twice before. So maybe it's just one of those quick little situations where there was a lot of the servers were slower. And I'm going to end this video now. If there's any codes you want to see, I might do another video in about 3 hours or so. Right, midnight video for you. I'll be doing it at the 11 o'clock hour probably. Let me just take a look at Omi's Go again. Let's take a look at some fib. 20,000 Satoshi up to 295. I think I'd rather, I have to count. Let me just take a look at this on a 4 hour, see how big that, see how the legitimacy of this day was. Yeah, I gotta count that high. 3299, so 3,300 would work for that level. Let's move this back to the daily again. So that's 2 zeros on top. This is 1, 2, 3 zeros. So that's 200-ish or so. 201. So that's one less digit. Key numbers 11, 3, and 5, 8. Oh, how you doing, 11, 3? Oh my goodness. What's the exact low on? I mean, it's all relevant anyway. 1, 1, 3, 1, 7, 5. How you doing? 1, I mean, this is just sick. Well, that's what it is. I guess I'm going to have to put a buy order in at about 58.50. 6,000 actually. That was just so close last time. And when I'm putting these buy orders in, I'm not saying that's where I'm thinking it's going to go. I know absolutely nothing about the fundamentals of these coins, nor do I really care to do so. But I do realize that if there is a significant drop that could happen, it doesn't surprise me at all to fall there. And even at here, the best gain you could have got from this point now is 114 in here is very small. I also realize that if this thing, which is basically went to stage 1, band flattening out, although weak because it's riding the 18 of lows, but if it goes stage 2, establishes resistance, stage 3 comes back, stage 4 breaks, it wouldn't surprise me if it has a decent leg. But if this area doesn't hold, I would say to myself, if it's going to go down to 60, do I want to buy? And the answer is, yeah, I think I do. So that's why I have a buy order in. And if it doesn't go there, okay, so it's Bitcoin. I have no problem being long on that of Bitcoin. So yes, if you have any codes that you want me to go over, it can practically be any for the most part, any exchange. If it's not on this, I can even pull up charts from the coinmarketcap.com. They have good charts on there as well. Now that I've figured out the logarithmic settings on there, it's a doable site. And I'll talk to you later on. Bye-bye.